And I'm just happy the way our kids bounced back. We bounced back from a tough loss to South Florida, and were able to come back and I thought played really, really well in all phases. And we had to have a chance to beat them. And even though their record doesn't indicate, they've lost a ton of close games, and their record is very close to being a lot better if they'd won some of their close games. But grateful for that. Grateful for that win. Now we press forward to play against a Tulsa team that's playing really, really well. Coach Montgomery Phillips done a really nice job there. Playing at a high level right now, and been playing well all season. We're excited to at least have him here at our home. Where we seem to play well, and we're going to need our home field advantage and any kind of advantage we can get to play against a very good team. They got good coaches. One of the coaches is probably one of my best friends in the world, Brian Norwood. And so, it's an exciting time for both programs. Both of us are playing, for the West Side Championship and to be in control of it, to control your own destiny heading down the stretch here. And obviously this is a huge game for both programs.
Questions for Coach Ken Niumatalolo, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll go to Gene Wang from Washington Post.
Hi, Ken. Good morning. Obviously, we're expecting an emotional day. Final regular season home game for the senior class. Just wanted to get your impressions on what they've been able to accomplish, particularly with Taga going down first game, Daniel Gonzalez going down, Will Worth third string last 3 years, and now what he's doing this year. I mean, it's been kind of an amazing journey for this group.
I think you hit everything on the head, Jen. Just really proud of them because you had a group last year, that senior class accomplished things that, had never been done before here at the Naval Academy. And this senior class wasn't given much respect, and they kind of lived in the shadows of the seniors of last year. But all of them have performed well. They've been a resilient group, like you said, with Tonga going down in the first game, Daniel going down against Air Force, Will stepping up and playing really well. Sullivan stepped up and is playing well. Just proud of the way this senior class has performed. They're doing a great job also, Gene, which is I always talk about because it's more than football here, but our guys are doing a great job in the classroom. The seniors are, and also in their conduct stuff. So just overall, they're representing our culture well, and they've gained, I think, some respect, but it wasn't given to them. They had to earn it. So just really proud of the way these guys have gone about their business.
And as kind of a follow-up to that, you've won 14 in a row at home. Just your thoughts on what makes playing at Navy and Marine Corps such a difficult task for opponents? Well,
first and foremost, our guys recognize that this is our home. It's a special place. They recognize that, the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium is literally a memorial for those that have gone on and served in our country with the battles. And so they understand the historic significance of that, of the stadium. Second of all, the brigade. It's always great to get their support and, their enthusiasm at the game. And, I'll say third, our athletic director, Chet Glatchuk's, has done a really good job of building that stadium and adding, additions to that stadium that have really made it a tough place to play. So, like I said, our kids, play hard because they recognize how special it is. The brigades and the fans are been a great boost. And, what Chet's done to build our stadium to make it a tough place to play. All of those have been factors that have helped.
Thank you, Ken.
Hi, Gene.
And we'll go to Bill Wagner with Baltimore Sun Media Group.
Coach, have you? I'm sure you've taken a look at Tulsa a little bit. What can you say? What are you seeing out of Tulsa?
Really good football team. Another explosive, high-powered offense. It seems like every week we're playing these guys that, are super explosive. But, they were explosive last year on offense, and they've taken it up to another level. Like I said, Coach Montgomery's a really good football coach, and he's done a really good job with their program. Defensively, they're playing well too and doing a lot of good things. And so they're a good football team. They're not there by accident where they're at right now. Their records, not a fluke. They've played some tough people. So it's gonna be a tough challenge for us. For them, starting off, watch them closely. They played Ohio State, and they've played really tough in our league and gone after some people. They're a foot away from, or inches or whatever away from, beating Houston. And so they're a good football program, and it's going to be a really tough football game for us.
And obviously, with Air Force beating Army, the Commander-in-Chief's trophy is going away. Would it be nice to replace it with an American Athletic Conference championship trophy?
Hey, we're talking about Tulsa. That's all we're talking about right now.
Well, thank you.
And we'll go to Dan Tortora from wakeupcalldt.com.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Just to go through, where your team is at right now with a win over Notre Dame, obviously this past week, despite, Notre Dame's struggles this year, just how important that win was and the biggest takeaways that you took away from that game kind of moving forward into this next matchup.
Notre Dame's still a good football team. They've lost a lot of close games. Really all of their games have been close losses. They haven't had a chance to win all of their games. Their game against us, we beat them by a point. And so, they're still a really good football team. They've lost a lot of heartbreakers. But for us to beat them is still a monumental accomplishment for our football team and for our school and our program. We've been playing them for 90 years, and we've only beaten them 13 times, and so we're super excited. We're stoked. They still got a ton of good football players on their team. Coach Kelly's still one of the best football coaches in the country. We knew that going into the game. Just their record was not indicative of who they are. And plus, they're playing a ton of good people. And they've lost a lot of close games, and they with a tough schedule. So we're grateful to have an opportunity to have beaten those guys because it's hard to do.
And then as far as the American Athletic West Division for Tulsa, obviously in first, you behind them right now, and then Houston and Memphis, all bowl eligible teams. Just what you can say about the competitiveness of the American Athletic West with those four teams, including yours, and the fact that Tulane and SMU obviously have fought hard battles as well and have either come close or been just shy of winning their games.
Yeah, it's been saying this. Our league is a really good league. Both sides are good. The West side obviously is super competitive. A lot of good football programs, a lot of good players, a lot of good coaches, and week in and week out. You got to be ready to play. But they got good teams on the east side too. But the West side is super competitive.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.